Okay, if I have anything else to say, let's say it in this video. So, one of the other top things is I definitely keep telling you how I love to support people all the time. One of the top things about what my ambassador life, if not the core of my ambassador life, is traveling to different schools and supporting different people. You know, I definitely have said before in other videos, I want to expand this operation way beyond St. John's, way beyond even Duval, which is the largest city in our largest city. Jacksonville, Florida is the largest city in our state and largest city by square mile in our entire country. But yeah, you get the point. You know, I want to expand this operation not just out to Duval, but I want to expand this operation. Duval, my hometown, Duval versus all y'all. I want to expand this operation, obviously, also out to Orange Park. The only sad part about expanding out to Orange Park is that AMC movie theaters is about to go broke if they already haven't gone broke. So, the problem with that, because I really, I've been to AMC before, like the AMC that's right there in Regency. I grew up going to that movie theater first, and then we adapted to going to Tinseltown movie theater, etc. So that's kind of how that goes. But the biggest problem with it is, and I don't even understand how movie theaters are even facing this problem. I don't even understand how movie theaters are facing this problem of funding when it comes to. I just don't get it. I really don't understand. I'm not saying that movie theaters should have a bunch of government bailouts, but I'm also saying that they should be. I even say things should have happened. I'm not saying, yeah, definitely not saying they should have gotten a bunch of government bailouts, but something should have happened. Whether it's government bailouts or something, something should happen when it comes to the funding, the safety requirements. You get the point. Something should happen. But and by the way, you got to realize, as I said before, the government can only cut so many stimulus checks, so the government can't afford to bail out all these major companies. That's why so many of them, if not a lot of them, if not just some of them, are forced to close some of their locations, and so on, because right now they're bleeding some money, and so on. And or they're going to make their money either way it goes. But more so the first one. They're bleeding money right now. If you can't make money the same way you did when the economy was, fully thriving, then you have to cut back a little bit. You have to cut back a little bit. And I think that's one of the top reasons why, the government definitely cannot. The government can. It's our taxpayer dollars that are just being refunded right back to us with these stimulus checks. That's pretty much what's going on here. But the government cannot afford to bail out all these big name companies. They just can't afford to do that. So I'm not saying they should be getting a bunch of bailout money, but somebody should be funding them. Somebody should be. Somebody should be funding their relief efforts. I don't know who, but someone should be funding their relief efforts. Forgive me if that sounds ignorant. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, and so on and so on. I'm just trying to spitball ideas here. But yeah, the AMC movie theater in Orange Park Mall. I feel super duper bad that that movie theater is I wonder what they're gonna do with it, because unlike the Regency one. The Regency one isn't attached to Regency Mall. The Regency one is behind the Regency Mall. The AMC movie theater in Regency Mall is behind the mall. That's the thing. The AMC in Orange Park Mall is attached to the mall. So my problem with that is, what are they going to do with that massive building if AMC does truly go bankrupt and they never reopen? What is AMC going to do with that massive building? And I'm just saying, because it's like in a factor and or a matter for me of, like, I really wanted to go inside that movie theater. Like, I really wanted to start going to that movie theater a little bit more often, because I really want to start investing more of my self into Orange County. I keep saying Orange County, Clay County, Orange Park, Clay County. Yeah, I really wanted to invest more of myself into Clay County. Orange County is Orlando, but yeah, I actually wanted to invest myself more than that, more out there too. But I really wanted to invest more of myself out there, in Orange Park, Clay County, and so on and so on. Because growing up, I always had an infatuation for Clay County. I just never went. there too often, but I always had a love for Clay County. I always had, you know, a love for it. So that's a big part of what it is, you know, and God is my judge and witness, you know. And yeah, I totally, that's kind of a big part of what it is. I really wanted to, you know, go in there and get that, again, movie going experience there, let alone at the other one they just opened up in, I think, Durban Plaza, Durban Creek, you know, the one that's right there behind Bartram Park. I feel super bad for Tinseltown with that one. Cinemark Tinseltown. I feel super bad for them on that one. I feel super bad. And reason why is because they just built that one. And I mean, it's so dumb that they just built that one, and it feels like now that, just like with AMC, what are you gonna do with it? You know, I haven't seen any reports about Tinseltown Cinemark bleeding money like AMC is, but at the same time, you know, what are you gonna do with that? Do with it now, you know, you know. And I mean, and what they've said is like, not all these movie theaters are gonna go out of business, but definitely you know, certain majority of them will. Like, you're definitely gonna have, you know, not, you know, yeah, a certain majority of them will. And I just hope that, you know, I hope AMC doesn't. I hope that I hope that none of these do, honestly. And again, you know, for the general public, because, you know, I still want to go see movies, you know. You know, I'm still, again, an everyday average consumer. No matter how much fame that I get, no matter how much money, you know, I make, I want to give it back to the people. But I'm still an everyday average consumer, and that's what people have to understand about me. You know, even though I come on this, you know, phone and I talk cocky and confident, because trust me, I am cocky and confident, but more so confident because I'm saved by Jesus, etc. I just talk cocky to try to give you a little bit of personality, you know, show you a little attitude, you know, and so on and so on. But I'm really one of the most humble person that you've ever met, you know, and so on and so on. You know, so if I sound too overly cocky, please don't take that as, again, the real me. I just talk and or act cocky at times, just to try to be an actor, just to show you some personality, you know, and so on, just just to show you some type of, you know, attitude, you know, hopefully respectably, you know, etc. But you get the point. But you know, I'm still an everyday directly based consumer. That's what I mean when I say that, you know, really, no matter how much fame and money I get, I never will lose sight, for the most part, of who I am. Because who I am literally is a directly everyday based consumer. I literally live to, you know, I want to, you know, I dare say, I live to, you know, what's it called? You know, I want to stay safe, but I also want to go out there and live my life. You know, I also want to go out there and plentify other people's life. I also want to go out there and be the missionary that I already am. You know, I want to go out there and continuously support more kids. I want to go out there and go to the bleeping movies. I want to literally go out there. I mean, it's amazing. I don't know how many other ways to explain it. I love y'all. I don't know any other ways to explain it. And again, if you ever meet me in person, you know it's all love. You know it's definitely all love. But yeah, I definitely, you know, and that's a big part of what we're facing right now with, you know, the difference between our states and what's going on in the global state of the world, is that a lot of us, we want to be safe with things, and we just want to go back. We want to go back out there and live our lives, but just be safe with things, while certain powers that be want to control our lives and pretend like this, you know, what's going on is like, of course, it's bad, it's deadly, and it's dangerous, but they want to weaponize it politically as an excuse to keep you fastened up, tucked in the house, and worsen your mental health. Because I've said it before, if you care about mental health, you are not cheering for lockdowns. If you're cheering for, if you will care about mental health, you're not cheering for lockdowns. If you care about mental health, you're cheering for normal life to go back to normal. You're not cheering for lockdowns, because mental health, all it did and all it does is worsen lockdowns, especially with the current state of the world when it comes to, you know, law enforcement in our country. You know, that's something else that, you know, once again disturbs a lot of people, and it will, once again, create more panic, more fear, more hostility, and God knows, etc. God bless all law enforcement, by the way. But I think you kind of understand the gist of what I'm trying to express here, the piece of which I'm trying to piece together for you. I want to stay safe, but also want to go back out there and live my life, read more books, take out more song titles, make more music for the kids, want to go out there and support more kids at the sport events. I want to live a normal life. But I think you could tell, you really could say that I'm going to live a normal life regardless. It's just that one part of my normal life, but going to the movies might just be something that I can't do anymore for, a long time. But either way it goes, I'm going to be blessed regardless because God is good and God has saved me. So, etc. And people got to understand it. I think that's one of the biggest things and one of the best ways. We have to take our faith and we have to take our religion back, from the world, is we have to start understanding that is where we, get out from under the world, let alone where we where we can help change the world and a few other things, is understand that, if you have to redefine what a sense of normalcy is, let alone redefine what a normal life is, just redefine it and I want to say redefine it in your own image. Redefine it in your own image, tell it to your own likings, develop new skills, new hobbies, new habits, develop new relationships, develop new ways to work, develop new, everything, and just, adapt and adjust to the culture which we're living in. It definitely might be hard a little bit, but it's definitely worth trying if you really want to make the quote unquote new normal a normal that works for you, etc. Because trust me, I'm no fan of the mandates. I hate the mandates. I absolutely hate them. Because you're not going to tell me that thing stops this thing spread. You're not going to tell me that. Or at least if you're going to tell me that, you're not going to think that I think that I'm stupid enough to believe you. I'm not dumb enough to believe you. I'm just not. I'm just not. I'm definitely not. And I definitely think there's ways to stop the spread, but I definitely don't think the mandates are one of them. I definitely don't believe they are. I think there's a lot. I think there's a heck of a lot more safety precautions, natural and man-made, but the mandates are not one of them. They're totally. I mean, again, you have to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, the common core, common sense resolution. You have to ask yourself: do you really want to be you? Do you really like walking down the street with everybody having a mask around their face? Or do you really like doing that? Do you really like walking around the freaking street, let alone walking into stores? Do you like doing that, seeing everybody have masks on their face? Do you like it? Because I know I hate it. Because every time I go into a store with a mask, I'm reminded how this thing doesn't help. I'm reminded about, or at least for me, my personal opinion. You don't have to agree with it. If you believe it helps, good for you. I'm just telling you, for me, I don't believe it helps. If you believe it helps, good for you. Keep wearing it, regardless whether it's mandated or not. For me, I don't believe it. Every time I walk into a store with it on, ladies and gentlemen, I just get this sharp feeling in my mind. This thing doesn't work. I just get this sharp instinct. This thing doesn't work. It doesn't work. As I said before in a previous video a month ago, if not 2 months ago, they're weaponizing this thing, acting like it has a mind of its own, moving like Venom from the movie Venom. That's literally how they're weaponizing this thing, pretending like it moves like Venom. Like this thing has a mind of its own. It doesn't. I'm not saying it ain't real. It definitely is real. Sickness is real. Common cold is real. Getting the flu, getting a fever, all sicknesses are real. But at the same time, there's a reason why we have people that are higher at risk, let alone people who are lower at risk. There's a reason why they rationally tell you, I believe so, if you take care of yourself and guys, my judging witness whether the statement is right, they have those things like if you rationally take care of yourself and a few other things, then you should be rationally fine for the most part and so on. Let alone power and prayer, God kicks any virus, any disease out the window. And that's something else you have to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Where's your faith at in these times to rise above, everything that's going on with the madness in our world? Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? Where is it? Saints signing quarterback Trevor Siemian. God bless Trevor Siemian. Played for Olympia High School in Orlando, so that's the third Orlando quarterback that I can name that not only made it to the NFL, but is still in the NFL. The other one that is still a free agent, the fourth one on that list, would be a guy named a guy named, I want to say his name is Chase, actually. I know he's from Winter Park. Chase, I think first name is Chase, and he played for Marshall as a quarterback, 6'6". I forgot his last name. I know his first name is Chase, I think. But God bless you. Boy, man, NJ to the city. Yeah, more coming soon. You know I can't stop talking. Peace.